Hey everybody, welcome back to Last Epoch. This time, Season 4 flavored, to start a Spellblade centered around Fire Aura, featuring our old pal, Flame Reeve. Now, this is my first build of the season. I haven't had too much time to really farm out a swath of gear. In fact, I haven't even really gotten that far on, like, say, ranks with the Circle of Fortune. So, this is a very under-geared variant of it, but I will go over the basic premise of the skills here in a second. So, without further ado, let's get into Fire Aura Spellblade, featuring Flame Reeve. This build is pretty straightforward. Generally speaking, we're looking at maximizing Fire Aura as much as we can. Now, Fire Aura is just a sub-skill that just happens to be on, I want to say, a third of all mage spells. So they're everywhere. Of course, we have to take Flame Ward. Flame Ward's just one of the best skills in the game, one of the most universal skills in the game. There isn't a mage build you won't see without Flame Ward. Especially because Fire Aura, Eye of Flame here affects all of our Fire Auras, not just the one that Flame Ward generates itself. So, where are we getting all of our Flame Wards, or our Fire Auras from? Well, mainly popping off from the passive tree or Spellblade. Now, just to go over really quick, Mage, nothing special here. I've considered retooling this to be a Arcane Flames situation rather than Mage Flurry, mainly because you don't need the cast speed that much. And the attack speed is nice, but we have other sources of it. Also considering getting the critical strike chances. But we're mainly focused on, again, Fire Aura. So, elemental damage, Flame Walker, here's the big one. Each of your Fire Auras have a chance to shred fire enemy fire resistance each second, along with having a Fire Aura chance per second, which is kind of nuts whenever you're moving or using melee attack. But here's the big one. Here's the biggest one of all, is Incinerating Aura and what they added. Fire Aura damage, hurt 1% uncapped fire resistance. Now, let me tell you, I have 161 fire resist, which is actually not all that crazy. You can get more gear to stack fire resistance even higher. But it's the fact that we have other ways of generating that fire resistance. We can get that number insanely high. The main thing I want to highlight, well, first, let's go over the less essential skills. Now, Flame Reeve is great, don't get me wrong, but it does have a chance for Fire Aura. Not much to say there. It operates much like my old Season 1 video, so if you want to see more of a Flame Reeve focused Fire Spellblade, go check that out. Basically, you are running around spamming Flame Reeve when it comes off of a cooldown, which it does have a cooldown. We have put a cooldown on it, mainly because we want the ring that it generates to hit multiple times. We got World Fire so that it has a circle. There is, I believe, a unique... They moved it off. There's a unique trait where you can get that circle for free. And it was on the Sword Volcanus, but they moved it, and I don't know what they moved it to, so if they even moved it at all. But I know it's here, so we have it here. We have Enchant Weapon, which, of course, if you're playing a melee mage build, is a requirement. There is no reason not to run it. Not much going on here, except just making sure that our melee fire damage is up. More importantly, it gives us more Fire Aura. Seeing a pattern here? Surge is really nice because it's another way that we can trigger our Flame Reeve for free. Also, more Fire Aura! So, finally, the one I really, really want to highlight is Firebrand. I haven't used Firebrand in a build up to this point, and let me tell you, the big deal here is the fact that not only do we get Fire Aura chance per Firebrand stack we get, and we get up to 9 stacks right now. 9 stacks. Also, it increases our fire resistance by 40% per stack. And may I remind you, in the passive tree, there is an incinerating aura node that cares about your uncapped fire resistance. So, you are looking at massive amounts of added damage whenever you are spamming Firebrand. And you're getting Fire Aura from the Firebrand. On top of everything else adding Fire Aura. So, yeah. I think you can see where this is going. I don't have much else to say about the rest of the tree. We have more Fire Aura chance here. Could do Blade Weaver. Right now, the main issue I'm having is mana issues, which again is something that can be solved with gear, which I don't have much of at the moment. So, speaking of which, right now I'm using this new one piece of this set, the new Keplahan's Pyrolith Ring. It has a 100% chance to cast a Fire Orb whenever you use a melee fire attack or fire reversal skill, which is fine, except it uses Volcanic Orb's mana cost, which is not cheap. So I will not be using I won't be using Surge and Flame Reeve very often because they're both very expensive skills. So they're only to be used against like bosses, basically. I have a Lament of the Lost Refuge just to convert Volcanic Orb to Void, just for funsies. It seems to be the thing that's doing the most damage, mainly because of Corrupted Heraldry. Adds spell void damage, and any spell damage we get affects Fire Aura. It doesn't matter if it's not fire or not. Obviously, I'd want it to be fire, because it would be affected by our plus fire damage stuff, but that's the point. We have Calamity, Heritage to the Race, just some random belts, boots with melee. Again, we're just kind of this melee build that really cares about Fire Aura, and we have Flame Reeve because it's a cool skill. I really don't have much else to highlight here. It's all Fire Aura, fire damage, melee damage, spell damage. You name it. This is a jack of all trades, master of none build. So let's go check out some Monolith. Okay, and apparently I was doing a echo chain last I was here. I forgot about that. But I just want you to see, especially when the fire auras really start to get going, just how much damage. Because this is mainly the damage you're seeing right now. It's not really anything but fire aura. The Firebrand only hits for a couple thousand. But as soon as I get these fire aura stacks going, we're hitting for like 10k per second just by things standing next to me. I mean, like I'm not even clicking any other button right now. I don't even need to. I mean, sure, occasionally I can do a surge, get a flame reeve, but that's about it. I mean, pretty straightforward by all means. With Keystone. Oh, and of course we get a shrine that triggers Flame Reeve for free. So, oh, I do want to mention Flame Reeve still does massive amounts of damage. Trust me. If I run into a boss or anything like that, it will still absolutely murder everything around. Throwing damage. Some drop back here. Yeah, this build has been fantastic to start the season. The fact that I'm walking through empowered timelines and not really having too much of a struggle is a really good sign. Alright, let's see if we can get this. Oh, this is a double. Ooh, I forgot about this. Windows have scared me before. So this is the new Omen mechanic. Basically, fight a couple big dudes who are invulnerable until you fill the purple meter at the bottom of the screen, and then get a bunch of corrupted stuff for finishing them off. That's the gist of it. It's not really anything complicated. Yep. Want to be a little careful. Like I said, we do run into mana issues. There we go. Need to find ways to make the fire aura area bigger, but like, yeah, I mean, if that's not an example of like how solid this build is with really mediocre gear, I cannot stress this. I do not have great gear on right now. That should give you an idea of like how much they buffed fire aura for the season. Let's just get 9 glass fragments. I don't. Now you may have noticed in my inventory, I do have a Volcanus, which was highlighted in the last Flame Reeve build made on channel, and I mean, it's pretty good. Ironically, though, it actually has less sheet damage. Slightly less, anyway. But that magma shards is pretty good when you're spamming Firebrand. So maybe we'll do an echo or two with Volcanus just so you can see the difference. Okay. Holy, okay. Well, this is gonna take a second. Apologies. Oh, we got some good idle drops here. Well, I think I'm good on idols for a little bit. Jesus. Alright. Let's go get some runes. I could fight the boss. I'm gonna do one more echo first.
Oblivion waits.
Oh, we got a tier 2 window right off the bat. This has better flat damage, but it has lower potential. I don't think those magma shards just do enough damage. Like I said, we're mainly using Flame Reeve just to help finish off bosses. These. Pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Once again, just walk forward and watch things melt to the fire aura.
I cannot do that.
Nope. Okay, we got a forgotten egg here. What do we got in mind? Ooh, Rune of Havoc. Nice. Alright. need more max health. My loot filter is somewhat strict right now, so pretty much any exalted that drops, I will be picking up and looking at. All this to say, EHG has absolutely buffed Fire Aura. It's actually a skill, sub-skill, worth investing into. If I could just solve the mana issues with this build, we'd be golden. Oh, good. Leoth can be just a random Echo boss now. Interesting.
Oh, I was trying to protect everyone. Oh.
All right, let's see how fighting a Harbinger goes. And some of these corrupted items when they drop, I'm just so sad. They're just always just a little bit off. All right, let's take a shot at Hera. Oh, he has a new VA. Oh. Well, I'd say we're doing pretty good damage so far. Happy that his invincibility phase doesn't last 6 billion years now. Come on, you're right. Come on, let me get to your Harbinger, buddy. Well, I know he's not your buddy, but, you know. Yeah, I'd say like 20 to 30 stacks is when the damage just gets just dumb. Even with how tanky... oh, that's a weird visual bug. Even with how tanky Harbingers are, wow, I'm very glad I had that amount of ward. That would have killed me. This is insane. Oh my god. Like I said, mediocre gear. Mediocre gear. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Thankfully, there's not all that much punishment for boss echoes. We actually have a... Okay, I'm gonna grab that. Fight the Harbinger. Also, look at those armor shred stacks. My god. I wonder if I'm doing damage, guys. There we go. Alright, what is this? This is Warpath, sure. 4 stacks. Ow. Ow. There we go. Guess endurance threshold. Cool. So yeah, Fire Aura does damage even with mediocre gear. I mean, once I get a bit tankier and I kind of fix the mana issues, I mean, I don't know what to say other than
I wasn't sure
let
I'd
it all
see
burn.
again. You do. You know all that you need to know for now. Just focus on the task.
All right, let's go to the
Report
Skelly
back
timeline.
Once you've
We'll do a few more echoes, and then, yeah, kind of go over the gear we've picked up so far. I feel like Lament might be a little bit better than Volcanus. We'll see. Unique item. Here. Once we get a little more tanky and we get a little more consistent mana, this build is, I mean, at that point it's just all gravy. Unlike most builds I've done on the channel, I feel like this one could actually push the 300 corruption pretty. This feels a little bit less experimental for me than most builds I've done in the past on the channels. Tier 2 up here. Absolutely disgusting. I'm pretty sure when we get to 30-something stacks that this is... I think it's like 30k damage a second. Like, just for damage over time. And again, this is without me, like, focusing on any one thing. In fact, I've got a bunch of crit damage for a build that supposedly is, what the heck? Supposedly is, a damage over time build. I would say this, to anybody who wants to actually try this build out, experiment with maximizing Fire Aura and Firebrand as much as possible. Like that Firebrand node that increases your fire resistance. Actually, you know what? That's something I need to highlight right now, which is I'm at max Firebrand stacks. Take a guess at what my fire res uncapped is. Yeah, that's right. It's 521. Which, yeah, again, because of that Spellblade passive, that is 520% added or increased Fire Aura damage. So, at that point, it's just stacking the other plus damage modifiers that would affect Fire Aura. Increased damage over time, flat fire damage, spell fire damage, etc., etc. This has been a fantastic build to start the season. I'm excited to see what else we can come up with in the near future. Been a very cool season so far. Very much feels like Season 3, though, again. The Omen windows are cool, but they don't add, really. The corruption mechanic's great. I'm glad they added that. Okay. Also, really glad they increased the rewards and echoes. Life's Journey, don't go up to 4. No. That's a pretty solid Elikos. I think if it wasn't for the fact that I really need physical damage resistance, I would probably use it. Essence Weaver would be nice if we could get one that... Oh, apparently you can't put in corrupted items into imprinting.
Yes.
Okay. Sell that then. Yeah, I feel like Lament and Volcanus are currently tied right now. Which is kind of nuts considering that my Volcanus has a pretty nice crit multiplier. I think there's an argument to be had that once I get some Eye of Reens would probably be better. Eye of Keen, Eye of Reen, I can't remember. Oh, window.
I cannot.
He has watched you.
Yeah, well, I've watched him die. So I guess that makes us even. I can't do another physical Lich again. I already did one last season. Really excited for that for just a second. But, yeah. Sure. Kill immunity for... It is kind of cool the wacky stuff you can get from Omen Windows. Keyword can. And mana issues and tankiness. Once we clean off some of our stat deficiencies, we are This build is pretty close to an what you'd call an auto bomber. There it is. Okay. Need damage. Why did I pick that up? Whatever.
The window opens.
Oh man, one thing passed my filter. Nice.
I cannot do that.
Oh, dropping frame. We're back. Sorry about that. Alright. noticed I was lagging a little bit there. Back though. Okay. Anyways, let's power our nemesis. I don't even know why I dropped frames there. That's weird. Okay. Oh, nice. This is disgusting. Usually when I get to empowered timelines, usually that's where a build dies. But this is a case where even as a starter build, this just destroys.
Yes.
Alright, let's take a look here. Ooh, Gathering Fury. It's always fun. Ravager's Dart, whatever. And again. The Transcriber's Griever is also something I've considered. Because of its Fire Aura ability. But I feel like that would be something you would use on a Rune Master Fire Aura build. Which maybe something to consider later. If not this season, maybe season 5. Alright. We're going to do one more echo, and then I'm going to hop off. Main thing I want to focus on here is getting into level 84. Yep. There it is. Okay, I need to keep fighting so we can get the extra books. Can't keep going until the stability meter is nearly full. We get that triple. Oh, we actually have a Rift Beast. That's a good way to end this. I don't remember where the Rift Beast was. Nice. Okay. Yeah. There it is. Okay, well. Alright, y'all. Again, just a little tiny short stream just to highlight I'm A, still here, and B, last Epoch Season 4 is out, and it's pretty good. A little more of the same, but, I mean, new corruption mechanics neat, and Fire Aura has been fantastic so far. I will be back next week with a slightly longer stream highlighting, I'm hoping, at least one new build. So we'll see. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good night, and see you in the next one.